Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. And who was that? You know what? You know what I forgot to do? I get to the end of all my little processes, there's so many things to set up and put in place and all that kind of thing, and then what do you forget? Like the basics. You forget the basics. Whenever you have that feeling, like, I think I might have forgotten something, I don't know, I guess I'll just have to get started. You definitely forgot something, and what I forgot was, you know, maybe getting fucking chat on screen so that I could read it. Yeah, no, I get it. The rewards are enabled on the channel. Loving that. I'm pretty sure you're covering over a message from someone. I just saw the message before I popped it out, Twitch, and now that I've popped it out, you're covering over the message. Could you just say it again? Because I saw who it was, and I was like, hey! And then maybe I have to just refresh the tab. Yeah, no, it pops that message right over the top. Cool. Rewards enabled, don't show again, dismiss, hello Condor70. Fuck this platform, right? Fuck this fucking platform. Oh my god. Welcome to the live stream, by the way. Opening on a pleasant note, I should say. Who played the thing? It's usually Kenneth who plays the sound deal. Kenneth, there it is. Yeah, Connor said good evening, everybody. I can see it now. Like, they've got it so that you can see it back, but Twitch is running a promotional fucking bullshit something. You get Apple Plus access if you suck somebody's dick and you get in there, something like that. And so I couldn't see the message once I'd popped chat out. I could see it before, but once I popped chat out, I couldn't see it because it was underneath the notification that I could enable Apple Plus or some fucking, I didn't read it, but it wasn't there last stream, and now it's there. Fuck this fucking platform, right? Hello, Kenneth, by the way. I presume you're the one who played the Bezos thing. I decided this time I would get into the game. I decided this time I would roll a minute's worth of ads while we're starting to see if that prevents, you know, we're supposed to get like 20 minutes of no ads if I roll an ad up front. So I did that thing. You know, and then it should have ended by the time I actually started this stream. That's my idea anyway. We'll see if it worked out. So, last time we were here in Clustertruck, which was last Thursday, we were here Sunday with Minecraft, and it's going swimmingly, our Minecraft hardcore, I'm loving it. But last time we were here with Clustertruck, we were playing Steampunk to lock it down, because my times through Steampunk have been miserable, if you ask me. I think I've been averaging a 140-something out of here, and that's just not necessary, really. You just want to come into these levels and get, like, first try clear. If you could just first try everything, even if it takes you a second to set it up, some kind of a thing, you could just get one that goes to goal, and not get screwed coming into the levels and stuff like that with the little level bounce hops and whatnot. You can just come in here and get a hit that's viable, and that takes you to the goal on all of these. Then you should be able to walk out of here with an easy 130. Easy 130. Split? No, I'm not. I'm not running yet for real. This is my warm-up through the levels, the PTB parts. And then we'd come into here, and then the non-PTB parts. I'd do one of those and throw myself to the end. I'm warming up without starting the splitter, intentionally. Okay, that should be all of the levs that I need until we're down here, and then I'll actually start steering. And this one's a little bit fussy, but we got it in, and then one of those sends me out. Damn it. Yeah. Can be problematic with that. Okay. Start stealing it in late. So that's what that should look like. And the main issue is going to be 8-3. Coming into 8-3, after you've just ran the whole game, and you haven't been doing any, I won't have been doing any PTBs, and then I gotta hit this perfect one that goes over the gear but under the airship. And the thing is, what you're seeing me do right now is a different method than I usually do. I have given up my method and taken on what I believe is Wolfie's method, which is coming into the level, holding the spacebar, and you jump up, and then you tap backwards. And I used to do it quite the opposite. I would let this truck pull a little bit away, and then I'd jump and move toward the wall, is my method. And you see how consistent it is that I missed it 2 times before I got it. That's usually how that goes for me. So I've given it up, and I'm using a method where I almost always get a hit anyway. You know, I'd rather be losing with some kind of a hit dying off of it than no hit. That was a no hit, but that was a hit. There you go. No hit whatsoever and no clear of the level. And the time, it's just so much easier. The timing's easy, everything about it is easy. Then we come into 8-7, and this one's very tricky. And I really have to be up to date, because I think I am going to go for this in my run. There's a lot that you can miss it before you're actually losing time over the conventional method, because this level takes 16 seconds the way that I do it otherwise. Here's the way that I do it otherwise. And it's not even guaranteed, because the trucks up here can get pushed around and start doing crazy stuff. But if we can get up to the front trucks, and they remain the front trucks, then I do this. I get a little pause bounce off of his nose dips, 15.8. Whereas, if I can get this, and this is why I'm warming up on it, that's not going, that's dead. This is what we don't want to see happen in the full game. And this is why we didn't just start running the full game while we're here first. If I get one of these, first try goes in 7.4 seconds. That means I have 7-8 seconds of not getting it before I get it, that I can spend. And I haven't lost anything. I'll just have evened out. But what I really need to be, prepared on here is what it looks like to get it. I have to train my eyes what it looks like to get it and what it looks like not to get it, because some of these look like you got it. That looked close, but no. I know that that's not in, because I've done it enough. This one's in. This one goes. I just have to steer it so that I don't slam into the thing. So you gotta know so that you can get that earliest reset. If you're like, no, that doesn't go. That doesn't go. That doesn't go. You gotta know without turning around whether you've got it or not. That's close, but no. That might go. It's worth finding out. Yep, that goes. So that's a thing that I need to be up on, and I feel like I just need to practice it, because it can be incredibly consistent. When you're doing it right, it's really futzy, it's really touchy, it's very specific. But when you are doing it right, it's virtually guaranteed. It's really hard to not do it a little bit wrong. And it needs to be perfect. That one goes, but that wasn't the way that I want to be doing it. That one goes, but again, it's a little bit off, not the way that I want to be doing it. And that's the thing. I think the main thing that's hard for me to get myself to do is to wait a little bit. There's a delay in here, and I want to be sort of falling back down, which means I'm spending some of that time that we don't really have. I'm trying to get these things out as fast as possible, because I've only got like 3 or 4 attempts before I'm losing time over having just done it the conventional way. But if I just wait until the truck has started to descend a little bit, or the player has started to descend a little bit again, and then I throw it exactly the right place, then I get the kick that puts me up and over. Another part of it is throwing high enough on the windowsill, because it certainly looks like you know, feels like you should be throwing lower. And you can get it by throwing lower. So it's like, there's a couple of different ways that it works, and brain comes in and starts doing one of them. And I need to pick the one that I'm going to go with and make sure that it's going to function for me when I come in here. Because once I'm warm on this, we're good. It's really just going to be a matter of, like, whether or not I can get it on the first try, by which I mean, like, coming into the level and it gives you that weird hop. If that gets in my way, I won't be able to get it the first try, but also it can throw me off for, like, the next try or two, and I don't want that happening. But once I'm warm on it, it should just come in from then on. And that's not good. That doesn't go. Now, thankfully, with all of the other improvements across World 8, we don't need this to save time. It would be nice, obviously, if it saved time, but we can lose time here and still save time overall, because we've got so much extra time save in the other levels, presuming that I'm getting them. But see how consistent we are all of a sudden? See how few attempts it takes for me to get one up and over? I'm throwing at the right place, and I'm throwing at the right time. Finally. And I'm doing the little roll tap that is involved here. For me, on this level in particular, it's a very brief touching of the D and the S. And I'm rolling it. I'm going, if you look in the bottom left corner, I'm going from D to S, not just DS at the same time. Hit that new tanker? I think I shall. Hello, Sarah. But yeah, it's very consistent and doable once you know exactly what you're doing, but it's like, every time that I step away from it for a couple of minutes, I lose it again. And so I'm worried that we're going to come in here on good time, and I'm just not going to be able to find this spot because I get cold on it really easy. Not to mention that I've got those little glitches in my wrist that shake every now and then, kind of against my will. Like right now, I feel like I've lost it. That's not it. That's not it either. And this is what could happen in a full game run. So just lose it for a couple of minutes and then it comes back. And that would augur for, like, just not doing it. Just don't do it. But it has become so consistent. If I can just friggin' hit all of the buttons that I need to and aim the mouse at the place where I know it works. It's so simple and so easy. Even a child could something. Turn it into a fucking, I'm selling you a apple slicer. Okay, I've got to hold spacebar the whole time. No tapping it coming off jumping. Don't do that. Just hold it the entire time, aim at the sections you need to go, and then tap the two keys and throw. And it gets you up and over. Sadly, I am nowhere on Emily's level when it comes to these things. You can pass between the house and the pillar. I tend to hit them when I try. So I've found it best just to steer it back, even though you're going to lose a second and a half to the slowdown there. But that's basically Steampunk there. And then we come out of U, and I do this one, and then 8-9 is actually problematic too, because because look at all the height I got off of that, and we're dead. So we want to keep it low, but we don't want to get too low, and it can get in my way, is the thing. But I can now. I actually got a new PB on this off screen, so I've done World 8 in 1 minute and 12 seconds now. And I got a new PB for doing it without this. Okay, so if we're going for real new PB, then I would start it like this, and try and get this PTB off of the corner up here. And I think it's like that, and then there should be a little bit of lev involved. For some reason, the lev makes it more likely for me to get the PTB. Anyway, we get the PTB launching it there. That I've done in 1 minute 12.4, I think. But I also have a new PB for doing it this way, which is 1 minute and 15 seconds. And that's exactly correct. The PTB saves 3 seconds. So what I'm hoping for when we come through here in full game is I'm hoping for a 1 minute 30 second time. It's a very reasonable time to ask for. It's not great. It's just very okay. I'm good at Steampunk now, kind of a time. Do I want to save my splits now? No, I was never really running that, so don't make any changes to that. We're going to the full game splits, and we are running that full game. So, it has been 2 weeks since I ran the full game. I did not run it without y'all. I haven't run it on my own at all, I don't think. I don't remember what I'm doing, what I'm setting up for. I'm surprised that my pause bounces are coming out pretty good right now, because all of my practice has been on Steampunk, and that's all goddamn PTBs from front to back. So I expect to have to put a little time in here, a little practice remembering and picking up my moves again. Remembering progression even, you know? Whoa! That was cool. I love it when you get ones like that. Okay, see, that kind of thing. Nice, and then I'm not doing 2-1, right? That's where we left off. I'm not doing 2-1, I'm not doing 2-2. By which I mean, not doing it means I'm doing a pause bounce. Everything is a pause bounce, or I'm putting in effort. That's how the speedrun goes. Nope. Off the edge. And this is too slow to actually benefit me in any way, but I've already taken a reset, so we're going under. I guess on the outside, too. Very slow. Very slow, 2-5. Give me a good 2-8 though. Yeah, send me all the way to the end, please. Decent. Don't go for it, pawn. I know you want to, but don't go for it. Just come up here, do another one of those, walk it in. It's easy. I don't remember how to do this now, because my pause bounces are different than that. So, yeah, 210. We need to practice that, because now all of my practice is on a completely different method for pause bouncing. Or, I mean, for PTBs. Damn it. Damn it. You want to come off of the strafe as you enter the level there. Yeah. past it a little bit to throw. I'm gonna do that. And then I do this the way that everybody else does it now. I've given up my own method there too. A lot of the secret to my speedrun is now just doing it the way everyone else has been doing it for years, instead of coming up with my own way. Don't. And you need to right strafe out of these things more. Ooh, good first try 3-9 considering. I haven't done it in a long while. Nope. Yep. Right strafe out of them, Paul, I said. Yes, like that. I think we have to go under what I was seeing ahead. Good. So the idea is right strafe out of them, and then if I need to like land or do something that's movement based, then I need to go to the left strafe because I can't really tell. I'm not familiar enough with the right strafe visual, and I can't see through the FOV. Ooh, there we go. Can't see through the FOV distortion with the right strafe where I'm going to land as well as I can for the left strafe. I've been a left strafe runner since the beginning. It's like being ambidextrous. You probably still have one hand that you prefer for every activity, right? Holy crap, that is a really good one of these. Gold? Yeah. That's just fast as fast. This is also very fast, but not gold. Not gold fast. What are you doing? Don't do this. Don't do this, Pawn. This is not how you do this. You run it. You run it. I don't need that time. Especially since it's not time, it's a time loss. You know, you're probably not gonna get that. There's too many goddamn lasers, too many different height levels that you could be at, and get swept by one of them, which is not worth risking. Until you actually need the 4 seconds you're gonna save. That's a pretty big savings, 3 to 4 seconds, but it's nothing to go for until you don't have a choice. They're all very meh medievals. I think it shows how little pause bouncing I've been doing. Well, I've been practicing PTBs. This sucks. I'm gonna try for the butt bounce. I did not get the butt bounce. I just got the slow yourself down bounce and then the die bounce. There you go. This is enough. This is actually too much. No, holy shit. Good thing to figure out on the first full run back how much I can and can't get away with here. Wrong side of the truck. You want to do that from the right side. You're going to have to drop one. Or from the left side. Left side of the truck. Ooh, I haven't done this in a while. Middle and just underneath. There you go. Middle and just underneath. I had to say it out loud. Ooh, I'm gonna miss it. I have to come back for it. I needed to start pulling back a lot earlier. Let go. Damn triple tap. And in a run like this, just like forgetting the method on 2 or 3 levels, not bringing it in, you know, at this level of gameplay, I guess. I do have to say that, don't I now? At this level of gameplay, I can't just forget and have time that I can recover. I can't take 4 long deaths on anything and think that it's gonna be okay. This one you're doing this for now. Yeah, that'll do. Uh-oh. Actually, it was beautiful. I just ruined it by getting on the strafe. Well, the direction was shit, so you kind of had to get on the strafe there. And then remember your new 610 movement. It's a little bit fussy. That's not it. That is not it at all. Do it, though, so that you'll be practiced on it. There you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And with a 4847. No. You just run this one. That's right. Couldn't even remember what I was coming into here on 7-2. Now I know what 7-3 is. Excellent. A 2-lev 7-3. I love it. I've clicked the button so many times now. I was too far to the right. I was still over the words level complete, but, you know, it doesn't work on that side of the screen. Obviously it doesn't work. Why would it work? Whoa! Not for the giant penis. It's all a lot of sci-fi themed penises here. I don't know if you've noticed or not. The bell ends, the boobers, the shafts. It's all right there. I'm not... It's not just my eyes. Jesus, come on. Up here, land. No? We'll have... Turn around. There's something... Keep doing it. Like, what am I doing that's nonsense? Is it just that I... No? I don't know. That just feels awkward in a way that I don't remember it ever feeling awkward. I feel like maybe I'm not supposed to be left strafing there or something, but I have to be strafing. It's just how you move in the damn game. Cool. Cool. A little bit high here. At the corner. Strafe back, strafe in, and I'm going to start doing this the safe way from now on, which means that you got to do this point. You come in, you get a little bit of speed there, you take a bounce here, and that gives you extra height so that you only have to spend 4 levs here. Okay, do it again. So we're trying to get practiced for a real run whenever that's going to happen. So you come in, you get low and fast, and then take a bounce there, gives you a little bit extra height. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw early, get hit. That was probably a little bit too early, but earlier than I wanted to. But I think throwing early like that makes it possible for me to go sub 29 with this method, where it's pretty hard to get sub 29 otherwise. Yeah, there's a 28.6. And all skill, no luck. We are going for this. Again, not practiced at all. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. Good. And here we go. This is what we practiced for. So, I'll probably choke it, and then get really angry, and shout about how, what the hell was all the practice for then? Nope. What the hell was all the practice? Don't do that. Get on the outside, feed it back in. This could be gold, just by doing it faster than I've ever done it before. Yep, by getting it off quick. Pull this back, because it was sloppy. And here we go. Nope, not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Enough. Okay. A good one. Good timing on the pause, anyway. I have to steer early, though. I hate to steer early. You gotta throw high on this one, hold back, and go in. I don't know that we gained anything, but I'm not completely disappointed with my performance through their first try in a full game run. Yes, I am. That was a 2 fucking minute steampunk. That's just shit. But kind of to be expected, because of all the pressure that I'm putting on it to come in after all of the effort and work that I've put into trying to make the segment better. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I would love to get this hell in a full run. Doing very well here. 9-7, I don't know what I'm doing though. Yeah. Because we had this problem, and I decided to replace it with just this. But it is still an objectively slower way of going about it. I'll just, if you'll go, put your fucking feet down, I will just wait here. Really, just to see how long it would take to just wait there, and 16 seconds sucks. But, I wanted to know. I need a big one, because we want to get up, out, over the chain, land, and keep running, keep some speed. I don't have the... I don't have the lev now. We're fucked. Everything went wrong. Like, it just kept going in the way that I didn't want it to. Yeah, fuck you. It's just, you're going so fucking fast. I need to willfully slow myself down here so that I can keep, like, some of the speed. I'm going too fast to keep going fast, basically. Like, this is a decent speed. I can actually keep speed at this speed, because I can read what's about to come ahead of me. Otherwise, I'm just reacting to shit that's fucking nanosecond. Oh, I forgot to do 9-10, which means we didn't practice it, which means I'll be horrible at it. It's not enough. You need to be further out. You need to have that little extra delay. You need to get the timing of the throw right. Yeah. This is exactly what I said it would be. And it's still a sub 17-minute try with me, like, intentionally resetting on levels to get more practice on them and shit. I am blown away at what world we live in now as any percent runners. Brad asks, what does pausing the game do? I've seen you do it a lot. The game seems to allow you to, it gives you like 1 to 2 frames of movement going into the pause. And so by walking into the truck, running into the front of the truck and pausing, we turn off collisions for like the first frame. This is what we think is going on. We're turning off the hitboxes and the collision with the truck, so our player doesn't know that it's entering the truck on the frame that we pause it. And then there's a frame where it allows the player to move one more frame, one tick more forward, which leaves you and your hitbox embedded into the truck's hitbox. And then when you unpause it, the game has already given, you can actually see it in the pause menu if you've got our mods speedometer enabled. You can see while you're paused on that second frame, the game has already said, oh, the player is embedded into this truck. He came in at this angle on this vector, this tangent. I'm going to reverse that and give him, I don't know, 7-8 times the amount of speed that was there, and to get him out of this truck, to get them out of this truck even. And then when we unpause, we go from moving at 30 to 40 meters per second to moving at 280 to 370 meters per second in the opposite direction. Round Taylor says, excited to see you running again. Been a while since I've caught a stream. Well, you're about to catch, I'm 4th rank already. And I won't be taking any new ranks, but you're about to see, wow, the music is fucking loud. You're about to see a sub 14-minute run. 13-minute run, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, wait. I said I needed to look at 210 because I had very specific setup for this that works really well, kind of first try for me. But now I've been practicing some different movement. For PTBs, and I feel that it's thrown me off for this method. I remember it being a little bit early. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is hit that a little bit early. That's not what you want to see. Okay, wait a second. I can just hold the spacebar coming in and do this? I just did it twice. Don't tell me I can't. There's a third time, but what the hell happened there? Okay, don't just hold the spacebar coming in. But I do get on the spacebar pretty damn quick. You are just holding the spacebar when you come in. I don't know. And it's working. Can I get through on the right side? No. Okay. Did you see the little handshake there? And it still worked. I don't know. I feel like I would have to sit here and figure out what I'm doing, or I could just trust it and hope that it's there when I need it. Cause yeah, I don't wanna be sitting on 210 for an hour. If it's working, it's working. I got a couple of ideas of what I need to do to make it work. I remembered this time how I do 1-3 and 1-4. Well, I didn't get onto the front of 1-4 the way that I need to. You don't need to do these hyperspeed. Set them up and get them right the first try, that's the main thing. was closer. 1-4 has always been a stumbling point for me. The trucks are weird there. They're really... something about the terrain. Yeah, I thought that might happen, actually. Uh-oh. Oh, it counted. I could have totally seen it not counting. Wow, this one's 7, too. Yeah. Wish I would have gone for 1-6. Seems like it'd be possible for us to get a ILPB, a segment PB here. So I do have something to rant about, if we wanted to throw that in. Members of my Discord server will have heard most of this story. Okay. There you go. We had to order some masks, some N95 masks for, we just went through all of our old masks, and we needed more masks for COVID prevention. I have myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is a neurological and autoimmune disorder, and so I am presumed immune compromised. And for all these years since the COVID, Lady Pawn and I, as far as we know, have never had it. She's been my caregiver. I was, housebound except for doctor's visits and stuff. So it wasn't hard for me to stay that way. It was a little bit harder for her because she had to, be doing all of the things, all of the living for both of us. This is the one. It was like, I'm just gonna hope that it's there for me when I need it. And it was. But yeah, as far as we know, neither of us have had it, and it's very believable that neither of us have had it because I was trapped in this fucking house, and so was she, and we have been constantly taking preventative measures the entire time. And so, including masking in public, even after all you dipshits went back to life like there's nothing, after 5 infections, you're probably not going to end up with long COVID. You fucking... I mean, I can't blame you too much for it because the information about it has been rather... not the mainstream corporate media hasn't really covered it. The world governments, CDCs and stuff like that. Like there is now, and there has been for a while, the People's CDC is a thing in America because our CDC, that is also supposed to be of the people, by the people, for the people, hasn't really represented our interests or told us what we need to know for a good long fucking time. You can't listen to them for health stuff, and you couldn't listen to them about, the threats of COVID or of long COVID. I was recently looking at, because Lady Pawn had to go to the dentist, and that is going to the dentist is a bad time if you're trying to avoid COVID exposure. Sitting in a chair with your mouth open, all that kind of stuff. All of the communities that I'm in around chronic illness and everything like that, people who have to not get this killer thing because it'll probably kill them. Everybody went back to normal, like, oh, it's over now. Yeah, there's millions of human beings who live with chronic disease and chronic illness and autoimmune compromises to their systems that you're all just conveniently pretending don't exist, and no longer taking any of the preventative measures that would help us not die. You realize that you're the spreader, right? When you get it, and then you give it to somebody else, they give it to somebody else, and then eventually someone like me dies because we're already compromised. Not to mention the stark increase in what the hospitals now have to tell you when you go in for surgery, the piece of paper anyway that you're signing. You're not saying it out loud, but if you read carefully, the odds of you dying are now stated in what it would be for you to die from the procedure. And then they also give you the percentage chance of if you catch COVID while you're here. They put them separately because they don't want to roll the if you catch COVID while you're here thing in, because you'd be fucking horrified at finding out that a simple procedure that used to be like no risk whatsoever now starts at like a double-digit fucking risk of death because you just got out of surgery, and if you catch COVID, well, your immune system is trying to fight back everything else that just came into your body because we opened you up, then this could be it for you. So there's that. There's also cancer patients that people don't seem to think about these days when it comes to COVID and masking and everything else. Cancer, and how much of the world has cancer at any given time? Like half? It's like half now, right? At any given time, 50% of the world's populace has cancer. Aren't we about there? And if you're in for radiation and chemotherapy, you know what that's doing to you? To your autoimmune system? Or to your immune system, rather? Yeah. So every single fucking person on the planet who's coping with cancer at any given time is now living in a world that, for the sake of convenience and pretending back to normal, has decided that, your likelihood of dying or getting just really fucking sick and maybe the cancer kills you because of the other thing, all of this is just fucking horrible. It's incredible how fucking selfish the entire goddamn planet is, and how everybody just wanted to immediately pretend like it was over, and then even the people who were like criticizing others for going to the fucking beach in Florida and we're still in a pandemic and shit, all it took was like a couple of years, and now you're all back to it. Like there isn't a whole class, now you're all on board with it. Like there isn't a whole class of people here who die if they pick this fucking thing up, and who are more likely to die because of you and your actions. And so many of us who are autoimmune, or who have an autoimmune issue, who are compromised one way or the other, we're also, the statistics are there. We're not making it up. It's not a conspiracy theory when we tell you that we are prone to vaccine injury. And so we have to weigh whether or not it's worth. We've already got a condition that's, in my instance, MECFS, that's soul-sapping, fucking energy, depleting kind of thing. And then we have to weigh whether or not risking a vaccine injury on top of what we already live with on a daily basis is worth or not worth the prevention of possibly catching this other disease, or catching some other disease, including the flu and stuff like that. And for a lot of us, it's not worth it because we don't leave the fucking house because we can't. If you're not leaving the house because you can't, then, the potential vaccine injury is potentially a lesser threat. It depends on who's coming and going from your home. Do you have I'm just going to jump out here because I'm on a roll with ranting here. Do you have other people who are coming into your home who could be bringing it in from the outside and that kind of thing? There's a lot of considerations, and it's not just everybody needs to get vaccinated when it comes to people who have chronic illness, chronic disease, immune conditions, compromised immune systems. And so, I say all that just as a tangent because I wanted to. Atop the real story that I'm trying to tell, which is that we were ordering N95 masks. And here's another little tangent for you in case you don't know. Anything less than an N95 mask is just, for fashion, really. The baggy blues that Amazon will fucking if you go to Amazon right now, I mean, it depends because it's all AI, so they'll tell one person one thing and then someone else another thing. But if you go to Amazon right now, there's a very good likelihood type in COVID masks. Just search COVID masks on Amazon while you're watching this stream. Open a tab. If you're on a PC, open a tab, pop it in there, find out for yourself. COVID masks. You type that in, Amazon will return you the baggy blue surgical masks that are about 20% effective against the 3 nanometer sized COVID, particles, droplets that are coming in. I've already done this wrong. Let's see if it works. 1, 2, 3, get low. I fucked it up. I might be able to die and throw the run away. I had a lot of chances to make that work somehow. You're supposed to come in here, do a run, then a pop, and then go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw the truck, get the bounce. Yeah, I should practice this some more. I would actually probably be better at doing the unsafe method than the safe method. But yeah, if you ask Amazon, they may list the KN95s. Brad, is that what you're saying? Because I can only look at chat a little bit. That they show the KN95s, which, by the way, the KN95s, all skill, no luck, by the way. The KN95s are more frequently counterfeited than the N95s because the KN95 is a rating that comes out of China, and it's easier to get than the N95 is. And so it's easier to make a mask that, you can just ship a mask into the United States with the words KN95 on it. Nobody checks that. Is it really? Does it really stand up to those standards? And so if you can do that, you better believe people who like money more than they care whether or not they're going to hell for eternity, absolutely have. They absolutely have counterfeited those masks, and that is actually where the story is going. But before we get there, Amazon may show you the KN95s, which is at least, there's an argument for, okay, fine, fair enough. But they will definitely show you, probably before they show, wait. Probably, no. There it is. Probably before they show you the N95s, fuck. They might not even show you the N95s at all. They will show you the baggy blue surgical masks that are 20% effective against COVID. They're basically a fashion statement when it comes to COVID. And you just typed into Amazon, COVID masks, and the recommendation of your government and all governments of the world, even the shitty CDC that we've got, is N95, not the baggy blues. And Amazon's, they've only got all of the money in the world. They've only got the entire market share. So who could expect them to get things right when it comes to life and death? Yeah, that's a good one. So, I'm looking for N95s, not KN95s, not fucking baggy blues, and I spend like an hour and a half trying to find somewhere where I can buy these things that I'll be able to have some faith in them. Maybe 2 hours, honestly. 2 hours probably. Trying to find some N95s from a reputable reseller that I'll have some faith in. And I do not start on Amazon, by the way. Holy shit, I'm looking for reputable people, so I do not start on Amazon. Sadly, I end up on Amazon because it's just so incredibly difficult, isn't it? It's so incredibly difficult to find anything that's not on Amazon now. Even the resellers themselves, if they are reputable kind of thing, they're probably just gave up their own like online presences and fucking sold out to Amazon, and now that's where you gotta go anyway. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But so I end up on Amazon after the first hour and 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna try this again. Because it can work. I just gotta know how to do it. I end up on Amazon, but I don't want shipping from Amazon, okay? The number of times that you can go into the reviews and read, go into like a store's review, and what you're gonna find out when you, god damn it, there you go. You're gonna find out when you go to look at like the store itself. How many? What do their reviews look like? Cool. Thank you. Is that Amazon has probably decided to scratch out a bunch of people's. They'll put a strike through your hello. First try holding the space bar is entering. Cool. Sub 15 on a run that bad. There you go. Amazon will put a strike through your review of a seller if your review relates to the fact that you got the wrong thing, it didn't come in the right packaging, it didn't this, that, or the other thing, if that seller has put their product in Amazon's warehouse. Amazon is functioning as a black market fucking, like, as a product launderer for black market shit, because if you pay Amazon to store what you're selling in their warehouses, they will indemnify and insulate you from reviews and critique for what people open the box and find out is in there because Amazon shipped it from their warehouses. I'm not even kidding. This is the state of, global commerce at this point. So I don't want my product coming from Amazon, coming directly from the warehouse if I don't have to. I don't want to be on Amazon in the first place. I'm trying to find an independent reseller who's shipping from their own, who maybe they're going to turn out to be, reputable in a way that Amazon isn't. And so I find the mask that I want to buy, which was a 3M 9205 Plus. Aura 9205 Plus was a good price for a good trifold mask that is NIOSH certified and 95 rated. And that's the mask I want, but I'm looking for like a reseller. Who's the reseller I'm going to go with? So I go to the additional sellers tab on Amazon, and I look for who's reputable. And the company I find is called Preferred Pharmacy Plus. And Preferred Pharmacy Plus, wow, look at how fast this is. Preferred Pharmacy Plus, Jesus, I can't say the thing. It's difficult to speak and speedrun at the same time, and I need to be dropping this later. You know you can. You do this, and then you drop, and then usually you can get out with just 2 labs. Preferred Pharmacy Plus, I still couldn't do it, has over 10,000, 98% 5-star ratings in the past 6 months or something, however Amazon does it. They're looking good as a seller. Looking real good as a seller. And they're a pharmacy company, so they're about medical equipment and, selling to the consumer things that the consumer needs that's medical related. This is all looking good for me. I'm gonna give these guys a try. What I get, okay, I ordered 2 cartons of 9205 Plus 3M masks containing 20 masks each and 95s. What I get in the mail is not 2 cartons of 3M 9205 Plus and 95s. What I get, what do you think I got? Brad, can you guess? What do you think I got in the mail? You seem to, you're engaged anyway. I don't know. Maybe you know something about this. What do you think I got instead of the 2 cartons of 9205s? Am I winning soon, says Noah Crumb. Well, not if I'm reading chat and dying on 2.5 or whatever. 2.6, like I just did. Hi, Noah. Here's what I got, all right? Spoilers ahead. It's my story. How do you give spoilers to the story you're telling? I got a bag o' masks. That's what I got. I got a bag o' masks. No cartons, no crates, no retail packaging. Just a loose bag of 40 masks that, now, best case scenario, what I have to presume is that the company yanked these masks out of the boxes and then threw the boxes and the instructions and every piece of, like, credentialed, retail packaging away. Instead of putting it in the bag, you're shipping me a bag full of stuff. Okay, fair enough, the size of the bag or the size of the shipping would be screwed over, it would cost too much and that kind of stuff if you, sent it in the box. Fine. What if you put the box that you just broke down into the fucking bag-o masks you're sending me so that I can see that at some point they were packaged correctly and, in a retail packaging. Now, you may think that that's a little bit petty to hear it on the surface, to be like, well, they're just trying to save the shipping, and that's how they give you a better price and be competitive in the market, and I don't think that the idea that it reduces recycling or reduces waste materials figures in, because, they're telling me that they're ripping it out of the retail packaging, right? Right? If you're ripping it out of the retail packaging, then you're throwing the packaging away as well. And I would recycle it, so I presume you're recycling. There's no benefit there. You're only saving money for you on the shipping, and maybe you're passing that along to me. So fair enough with that claim. But, okay, here's what you might not be thinking of if you're thinking that that's like a reasonable thing for this company to do with NIOSH certified N95 fucking masks. 3M masks have been counterfeited since the beginning of the lockdown. Since there was money to be made in masks, people have been counterfeiting 3M's masks, including the 9205 Plus variant of them. You can go to 3M's own pages and see their reports on it. Their reports say that they have proudly state that they have recollected 60 million counterfeit masks to date. And they're proud to share those figures and let you know how they are looking out for your interest. And I am glad that they are proud to share them, and I want them to keep sharing those numbers. However, I cannot help but notice that there were 60 million masks out there that were counterfeit, and no matter you pull one of them off the street, there's how many more of them you find on the street, and so there's counterfeits out there is my point, regardless, one way or the other. 3M is doing the best they can to take care of it, and good on them, good company. But the situation doesn't change for those of us who need masks and need to be able to trust that they're real, that they're not just some fucking cotton that somebody, spray painted the 3M logo onto before they shipped it, kind of a thing. So, I can't know, I have no reasonable, if I'm just getting masks that are loose in a bag, and they're in their little, individual film wrap, and that film wrap does have the 3M logo on it and everything. That is precisely what counterfeiting is you make the little film wrap, and you make the masks look like they come from 3M with the branding on it and everything, and then you sell that by the crate load to resellers and distributors. You don't sell it directly to the individual, you sell it to the resellers and the distributors who have 10,000 other products on their shelves, and their main concern on a month-to-month basis is keeping product in and finding it for the cheapest price that they possibly can so that they can make the biggest profit. That's all they're really thinking about at any given moment. And so it's time to reorder masks, and they find on Alibaba or something like that a crate of 9205s out of box, no retail packaging. They buy it, having no reason necessarily to suspect that it's counterfeit, and not really being in the business of thinking about these things, They got 10,000 other products. The amount of trust that you put into retailers is up to you, or resellers rather, resellers, is up to you, certainly. I would recommend that you presume that it's just a guy with a empty bedroom who decided to go into business for himself. Even when you're dealing with the big company, just presume that it's some dude because it can be and is. It takes $50 to incorporate yourself with a limited liability, and then you are a corporation, and then you pay Amazon some money, and now you've got a storefront, and you know, like, it's not hard to present yourself as though you're a professional and be working out of a fucking single-wide mobile home on the side of an Appalachian mountain somewhere. And, you know, you can do that, and that doesn't make your business or your outfit illegitimate necessarily, but what I'm saying is having a name and looking a certain way online means nothing. It never meant anything, you know, one way or the other. It was always down to the individual, and a giant corporation can lie to you and cheat and steal and rob you even more frequently than some individual who's being scammery kind of thing. They're going to hit you even harder, the big corporation. But yeah, my point is that you should not be, like, assuming that all of the T's have been dotted and the I's have been crossed. And I said that backwards, and that's how it's a thing that you do with that when you say that, because people say it a lot. So if you're gonna say it, you might as well have some fun with it. So that's your first stop there. But okay, 3M has recently, I believe recently, launched an application for your cell phone called, I think, just 3M Verify or something like that. And it's an app for your cell phone that allows you to take the mask you bought and find out if it's legit, or at least if it's believed legit, by scanning the UPC code on the box that the mask came in. They're not printing UPC codes on every individual fucking mask. They're printing it on the packaging that the masks come in. So, if you're going to use 3M's thing in order to find out whether or not the mask that you just bought came from a lot that is known to have been compromised, because that's what that's about. Again, like, think about this stuff. Think about how this would work if you were doing it. The way that they're doing it, the way that they have to be doing it, is they've got a list of known lots, known UPC codes that scammers have falsified. Scammers have used. They've made fake retail packaging using these UPCs or not using these UPCs. And that's only something that you can know once you know it. Before you're sure, you know, before you've caught a scammer selling using that UPC code, it will continue to appear as though that UPC code is valid. And if you use 3M's app, it's still going to tell you that it's valid even when it isn't. But, again, this is the best that can be done. They are doing their duty. 3M is doing their duty, and they're providing you with this app. And that's all good. But you have to be, like, thoughtful about it and aware and think about, how would this work if I were doing it, so that you're not just living in some fantasy world where things just, oh, they know. Surely they know. How could they not know? Because you have to find it out first. You can't magically know until you know. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill. No, gotta back off. It wasn't happening. I was gonna get blown into the wall. It's fine. I can get blown into some other wall some other time. Capitalism does not care about your well-being. Indeed. And, you know, it frequently comes down to where it's not like somebody actually going out of their way to scam you in some way. It frequently just comes down to the people who are running these businesses didn't get in them to be the best fucking, source for medical supplies that they could possibly. They got into them to make fucking money. They happened to know a little bit about the medical supply industry, and so this is the business they went into. Like, that's where you should be coming from. These are the assumptions you should be making. That's a good one. That's going. It's not going. Damn it, that sure as shit looked like it was going. No. There it is. Right? Right. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Fuck. This is There's a lot of pressure on this fucking hit. Do it like this. So the pause is, extra hard to get just because of the choke potential. But so you can't check your 3M masks to find out whether or not they're known to be fraudulent unless you've got the packaging. The other thing you cannot know about your 3M masks unless you've got the packaging, is whether or not they're expired. 3M or N95 masks do not have an infinite shelf life. N95 masks rely in part on a static electric charge that degrades over time even while they're in the box, if they've ever been in a box. And so 3M prints on the mask, on the box, the use-by date. Fuck. Now you won't know what that use-by date is unless you've got the goddamn packaging, will you? So, you need to have the package for your masks to tell either that the masks are genuine, and you're paying money for N95s. Why are you paying money for N95s? Because they are rated N95 by the organizations that rate these masks. They are tested, they are certified, the batch goes through a process. This is what you're paying for. If it didn't go through this process, the mask would be $4 instead of $14. Okay? That's what you're fucking paying for. And when somebody sends you... Almost. I'll work this. When somebody sends you a bag o' masks with no packaging, you have now lost the ability to check whether or not they are real or known to be fake. You have lost whether or not they are expired. And what's the other thing that you've lost? You have lost the instructions that come with the mask. And for myself, I think I've got it, guys. I think I figured out how to put the mask on my face. However, if you think that's true about the general public, my next question would be to you, where were you in 2021? Because what I saw, certainly what I saw out there was a bunch of goddamn fucking morons walking around in a pandemic with a mask covering their mouth but not their fucking nose. A bunch of goddamn morons walking around there with a mask on top of a 6-inch long bushy fucking lumberjack beard that is letting all of the air that's supposed to be filtered through the mask in and out around the sides of their face. I saw a bunch of fucking morons out there wearing masks like they didn't know where their breathing holes were. So, instructions are pretty fucking important for selling these masks to the public, whether or not the dumbass fucking public are going to read them and do what they're supposed to be doing with them. It's pretty important that we at least make sure that they've been notified, that they knew what they were supposed to be doing, and then they weren't doing it, right? And hello, Bob Santa, by the way. People pulling down masks to talk, people pulling their fucking masks down to sneeze. Oh my God, did you see that shit? Did you run into anybody who was like, and then they grab their mask, pull it down, achoo, wipe their nose off a little bit and then put the mask back on? You fucking retard, what are you doing? What, you just, stop. Like, just jump into a cliff. We don't need you in humanity. It's fair enough if you've done that once, okay? I will give you that. I don't think I did. But I know that I have had that feeling where you're getting ready to sneeze and it's just like, you know that there's something on your face and you want to get it out of the way. There's that momentary, instantaneous, ooh, kind of thing. If it's happened to you once, I will allow it. I'm not going to give you any Mensa awards anytime soon, but I will allow it. If it's happened to you twice, if you've done it twice, you're fucking retarded and we need to take you out back and put you down for the good of the rest of the species. Okay? People coughing and sneezing, pulling their masks aside so that they can cough and sneeze. We need the instructions, we need the directions. I'm going to need the packaging with my goddamn N95 masks. I need it for the UPC code so I can check to see that it's valid, that it's not a counterfeit. I need it for the use-by date that tells me that the masks haven't been sitting on the counter since 2020 on a shelf somewhere, and they're out of date, and they no longer... Now I'm paying for a mask that's 40% protective instead of 80% protective because it doesn't have the static electric charge to it anymore. I don't want that. I'm buying new masks. I want to see the use-by date. And I've lost the instructions that apparently some people fucking need to put it on their face. And, there are some things in those instructions that it's easy enough to say that somebody might not think about. You might think, it's a mask, I just put it on my face. But when I say about the beard thing, when I brought that up, having a big, long, bushy beard and something, that's the kind of thing where, a lumberjack who's been growing that thing for a while just doesn't think about it. And, they hear on the news that we all need to mask now, and they go out and do their part and do their duty and put the mask on, and they don't really realize that all those long follicles of hair are creating gaps for air to move in and out at the sides. That's a thing that maybe you need to be told and reminded of, perhaps by governmental agencies, but definitely by the instructions that are in the goddamn fucking thing. If the company you buy them from on Amazon sends you the thing you fucking ordered, which was not a bag o' masks, which is what I received, 40 masks loose in a baggie. I bought 2 cartons of 3M 9205 Plus masks, and the cartons have a shit ton of information on them that will allow me to know whether or not I just bought a lie. Look at this. Oh, let this be the one. It's not going to be, because I don't think am I even making it out? Yes, I am. Okay, 2-1. The box is necessary. It is crucial. It is. So, Preferred Pharmacy Plus, a, confirmed and reputable, quote-unquote, Amazon reseller, sent me a bag o' masks that they implicitly claim, that they ripped out of the packaging and then threw all the packaging away instead of putting it in the goddamn bag. Probably wouldn't have cost them an extra penny to put a little bit of cardboard in the bag to show me the boxes that my fucking shit came out of. Probably wouldn't have cost them a goddamn penny to ship the, instructions for use, which is no doubt a tiny little slip of that receipt printer paper, Because 3M is also a company that also worries about the cost of shipping their products. So they have already optimized this to the point that it can be, while still being able to sell it in a box that has a UPC code and a use-by date written on it and all of the things. But yeah, so I did not get what I was supposed to get. And I, went straight back to Amazon and wrote a review for both the product and the seller, and immediately requested a refund. And the seller got back to me and gave me the refund, but they didn't actually, say, ooh, sorry, we shouldn't be doing it that way, should we? No, they actually, fucking stood behind their policy and said, we'll give you the refund because you seem upset. But we do that in order to, reduce on environmental and packaging and shipping costs and there's no real problem with it. That's what Preferred Pharmacy Plus said about it. This is a company that sells medical equipment. They're selling N95 masks, and their opinion is that you don't need the UPC, and you don't need the use-by date, and you don't need the instructions. You can just trust them. Just trust us, guys. We've done the work, probably, right? We double-checked it. You don't need to know yourself. And by the way, I guess the instructions, their opinion on that would be, get them online instead. Whole bunch of whole bunch of part of the product that they're supposed to be fucking selling, that Amazon is allowing them to sell on the main page for 3M 9205 pluses. They are one of the sellers that gets to sell that product on the main listing. They don't have to have their own listing. It's just bundled right in. And these guys are shipping Bag-O-Mask. And then when you call them out on it saying, what's your problem, brah? What do you mean fucking counterfeits exist? We don't think ours are counterfeit, so just fucking trust us, brah. We're a professional company, brah. Professional companies use language like brah, don't we, brah? But yeah, so that was their response. But in addition to that, because Amazon is such a fucking shithole, fuck it, we're going for it. Come on. Amazon is such a fucking shithole that we all should have stopped using years ago. And I'm resetting this anyway. Amazon also took my review for the product and rejected it. They would not allow my review for the product onto the site because it was about how I received the masks, and it referenced the seller being absolutely horrible. And of course, their thing is, well, but that your review is about the seller and the way that it came in your packaging, but not all sellers do that, and this is a listing for the whole, product. So we want reviews here that are just about the product. Now, I would follow that statement up by, so what you're going to do now, right, is knowing that this particular seller is not packaging the product, is ripping the product out of it at best, is ripping the product out of its packaging and sending it along to the you're not going to allow them to sell on the main listing, right? Because if your justification for censoring my review is that you want just reviews for the main product, then you're not going to let sellers who aren't selling the product correctly onto the main listing, right? As far as I know, Preferred Pharmacy Plus is still selling 9205 Plus auras on the main listing. Yeah, so Amazon, big fucking shithole, and please, for the love of God, stop buying there. Like, I know this was my last fucking gasp. I tried for hours to find a place to buy that wasn't Amazon, and at the end I ended up at Amazon, and I didn't feel good about it, but I did it, and look how it fucking stabbed me in the fucking asshole. For having said, alright, well, just this once, I'll go back to Amazon again. Look what happened. Don't do it. Don't give Bezos, this union-busting fucking billionaire asshole, any of your goddamn money. Don't support it. I know it sucks. It's less convenient to get it anywhere else, but we've got to. We've just fucking got to. It's the wrong thing to do business with Amazon in 2024. It is ethically, morally, and it's not even in your own interests. You're not, whatever it is that you think you're getting out of it, you're not. It's gonna come in a fucking bag without any other packaging. The people that you're hurting are you. I'm going for it, man. We need a little bit of time saved. Fuck. I'm going for it again. Fuck it. I wasn't really looking at this. I was kind of reading chat half out of one eye. I thought I had it. I didn't have it. Now I got it. All right. I don't know where I'm supposed to be throwing at this point. I was just relying on it to work for me. Okay. I've grown to hate convenience because I know what it costs. Yeah, and then, like, it just keeps evolving into... It starts out with, hey, why don't you come involve yourself in our slave trade for the convenience? And then you do, mainly because you kind of have to, like, they corner the market kind of thing, but, like, it grows. It grows. You're not really aware of the slave trade, up front, and then you realize that there's a slave trade involved, but you're already doing it, and it's just so goddamn convenient. And then they've got the market cornered, and they're a monopoly, and they can just do whatever they want. And then the convenience starts to evaporate, and you're just left with buying products from a fucking slave trade. And that's all that we've got at this point. But so, I wrote them a review that they rejected. They would not have it on the site. So, I rewrote it today, and I've now posted it on Reddit at the subreddit CFS, Chronic Fatigue Syndrome, because I am occasionally active in that subreddit, and the reason I was buying the mask was because I've got ME/CFS, and it's a main concern to those of us with long COVID and ME and chronic, so that's where I decided to post it. Go for it again if it's gonna fuck me over like that. I'll go for it a third time. Hang on. Look at that. Look at that. 3.916. Holy. Oh, sky cloud. Oh, sky cloud. That's the fastest I've ever done that. Because I was just being flippant with it and kind of throwing my mouse around. And I pulled one into the 3.9 using the any percent PTB. That's always like a 4.4 or something for me. But so I rewrote the review, and this time I wrote it in a way that I don't think that they can reasonably reject it. I made it into a how to buy 3M 9205 masks how-to guide kind of thing. I wrote it as a, counterfeiting exists, and this is the information that you need to know to protect yourself against counterfeiting when buying masks like the one you're looking at here. And also, these masks expire. And so what you also need to know is that you need to check the use-by date that's printed on the box, not on the mask. And so I just hid all of the things that I said in the first review that they wouldn't let me put on the site. All of the criticisms of the packaging and the reseller I put into this new review, but I just worded it in a way that makes it sound, that's more generic. And I wasn't able to name the seller. That's the only thing that changed. I didn't name Preferred Pharmacy Plus in the thing. But I'm pretty sure they can't really, on logic, they can't reject it. If they do reject it, they'll just be doing it, because fuck it, we don't want this review on the site. They can't say that they're reviewing it because of this reason or that reason, because I'm just giving people advice, and I'm giving them the correct advice that they really need. Shit, just run it out. They really need in order to interact on Amazon safely. But so yeah, my new review, it's available at r/CFS. It'll be, if you wanted to go look at it, reddit.com/r/CFS, and look under the new stuff. I don't know. I didn't wait for any of the likes to come in or anything. I was on my way to a live stream when I finished it up today, so it's entirely possible it's got 12 thumbs down and the mods are censored. It's Reddit, That's the thing. It is still Reddit. Just because I'm saying a thing that really needs to be said and, trying to help people doesn't mean that someone won't decide that it's against the terms of service for their fucking site. Is that everybody else's experience with Reddit, by the way? You guys, because I'll write things that are just my opinion on something, and that I can be vitriolic and hostile and write some really just fucking soul-crushing kind of stuff. But it's not all that, and I don't do that all the time, and yet, even when I'm writing stuff that just seems like I'm just stating my opinion, man, the Reddit people, moderators and stuff who run these Reddit boards, they just always find a way to kick a new person out of their community, I show up to r/GameGrumps because I'm asking, hey, what happened to this highlights channel? It wasn't the official Game Grumps channel, but if we're all fans of Game Grumps around here, there's a certain highlights channel, and it's gone all of a sudden, and I wanted to find out, do we know why, or what happened, or where it is, or if it's coming back? Do we know anything? And it was my first time going to the r/GameRooms channel, so I asked the question, and I was the first person to ask the question, and so my post got 200 and some upvotes from other people who were coming along to ask the question too, and conversations started in the comments that were pitching out ideas and also giving new information, and led back to like the person who owns the channel. And I eventually ended up finding out, due to that post, what had happened. And, you know, it was a YouTube thing, and it may have been initiated by the Grumps on their end, who's to say, but it was a YouTube thing. YouTube had taken down the channel, and YouTube had said it was because they were pretending to be the content creator, which was not the case. Most of their videos, like, even said in the title that it was, you know, a fan fucking thing. So it was just like YouTube kind of being a bit abusive and harsh in their terms toward this one creator, is how I interpret it anyway. So I wrote another post because, you know, now I knew what had happened, and I knew that there were 200 and some people who were interested in what had happened. So I wrote another post explaining everything that I had found and linking to like where you could still find the old highlight videos now, because they were putting them back up on a new channel and they're streaming them on Twitch, and all this information to help, to be part of a community, to join the people who are interested in the things that I'm interested in. And the fucking moderators decided that I was fucking advertising for the highlight channel. I think they thought that I was the guy, maybe even the person who owns this highlight channel that had been banned, and just fucking they blocked, they took the post down. They wouldn't let the post go out. Hit. Alright, beautiful. And I, you know, sent them a message explaining what the hell was going on, saying you can't just knock this thing down. It didn't change anything. They just didn't let the post down. And that is my experience with Reddit, is that every time. I tell that story because that's every fucking Reddit story for me. It's fucking awful. And it's like, Reddit is the site that, if anything, any kind of social media is supposed to be for like long-form written content, people's opinions, freedom of speech platform, it's Reddit, right? That's the format. It's long posts. You can write as long as you want on there. You can put pictures and everything. It's Reddit. But the way that the individuals who, like, you know, got there first and secured the r/subreddit name behave is consistently fucking just Gestapo fucking tactics in terms of like controlling a narrative and only letting certain people speak, and Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, I have come to Reddit and left Reddit a dozen times at this point, because I keep thinking this is the place for the content that I'm creating, and I could share it here, and people who are, you know, interested in reading, who like reading, could read the things that I like to write. And every single fucking time that I have come back to Reddit, I have been chased away by finding out that people on Reddit don't want to read what you wrote. They want you to fucking post a picture of a meme on this platform that's all about text. Literally, did you read it? Read it. Have you read it? Is in the fucking name. They don't want that. The people who are there don't want it. They want memes, they want to be trolls, and they want to abuse positions of power to stifle conversations about the topics that their fucking subreddits are supposed to be about. Reddit sounds like an HOA? A homeowners association? Yeah, okay, I could get that. Or a condo board or a homeowners association? Yeah, that works. That's about the same, isn't it? Gatekeeping fucking motherfuckers is what they are. The whole goddamn platform is full of them. But yeah, so having said that Reddit is useless and you shouldn't post there, if you want to read my thing that I wrote about Amazon, in case they decide, it's on Reddit at r/CFS under the new shit. It might be hot and trending. It might have been banned, or it might be found under the new shit. You never know on Reddit. But the conclusion to my rant about N95 masks, in fact, I'd like to do a summary, and that is that N95 masks, the thing you need to know about them is that they are counterfeited, okay? KN95 masks are not as trustworthy. They're easier to counterfeit. They're easier to just be made of whatever they had lying around in some Chinese factory somewhere, and they're not actually up to par. And once they're shipped out of China, the KN95 rating doesn't really mean anything anymore. if you're in China, in theory, it could mean something, because it's a Chinese rating. At least the way I understand it, it's a Chinese rating. So in China, KN95 could actually mean something. The moment that it leaves the borders of China, it doesn't mean anything anymore. And if you were to, I don't know, go into manufacturing KN95 masks in a factory in Indonesia or Malaysia or Taiwan, like, you could call them KN95 masks. You could sell them on Amazon as KN95 masks. No one on Amazon would ever ask you to prove that they're KN95 masks. And they could be made out of just cotton and fucking ink. You just stamped a logo onto the front of some cotton and say it's a KN95 now instead of what it's supposed to be. Whoa! Really? I got it? And I got it faster than I've ever gotten it? In these splits? Really? Alright, I guess I'm on time, huh? I didn't realize I was on good time. KN95 doesn't mean anything in a lot of places. And, you know, you should regard it as such. You shouldn't be paying as much for a KN95 as you are for an N95. I'm curious now if I can... What was my time out of there? Was it sub-minute? It was 1:01. Okay. That's why I started to get quiet and get a little bit distracted, because I thought, hey, maybe we're on PB pace. Maybe I'm hitting a 57 here and I didn't know it. It's got 5 upvotes? Alright, well that's good enough. It hasn't been there for more than a couple of seconds, or since we started the live stream. A couple of minutes before the live stream began. Oops, almost hit that. But so, things you need to know about N95 mask. N95 is different than KN95 in, you know, the European nations and stuff like that, I believe. So, like, they're less frequently counterfeited, but they are still counterfeited. So, like, baggy blues do nothing, okay? It's not nothing. They don't do nothing. They're 20% efficacious, I believe, by the research. The baggy blue surgical masks. They're not worth your time. KN95, hey, if you don't have a bunch of money for the N95s, you know, which they're not that expensive these days, but if it's a problem, if cost is a thing, then KN95s might be the solution for you to be able to get something. I'm not saying there's never a reason for them, but you're not substituting an N95 with a KN95 necessarily. So N95 is what you want, or better. You can get an N100 if you want to pay some real bucks. But N95 is what you should be going for. And then you should also know that the N95s can be counterfeited, and you should be trying to check to make sure that they're not counterfeit. 3M provides an application called 3M Verify, I think is the name. And you can download that, and you can scan the UPC code that came on your box in order to find out if 3M knows whether or not that UPC code has been compromised yet. That's basically what it's going to tell you. It can't guarantee that the mask you got is real, but it can tell you whether or not, you know, it's known that it's fraudulent already. So that's better than nothing, right? And then you also need to know that N95s have a use-by date. They do expire. The two primary functions of how they work is, one is just they have a very tight weave that is nanoscopic. Fuck. And so it physically prevents a lot of the particles that carry viruses from getting through. So that's one part of the operation. Another part of the operation is a static electric charge that the plastic material that they're made out of, it's actually a petroleum product, I believe, carries on it. That can deplete over time. And so they do have a use-by date, and you should be checking the use-by date, which is on the box. So, you should also read the instructions and know how to fucking, wear it, especially if you've got a beard or something like that. Your beard can be too long for the mask to be effective. But summarily, what all of this adds up to is you should never, ever, ever accept a mask from someone who you paid money for, a company that you paid money for, out of the retail packaging, out of the box, without a UPC code and without a use-by date on it. These are all pieces of information that you need to know, and it's really what you're paying for when you're buying an N95 NIOSH certified fucking mask. It's all of these standards are supposed to be in place, and that's why the mask costs what it costs. So if you're paying $15 for 20 masks, and you get a bag o' masks instead of the cartons that you were supposed to get, the actual packaging, oh, fuck you. The actual packaging that it was supposed to come in, send that shit, well, don't send it back, because, they might be sending you fake masks, and they never had a right to steal the fucking packaging out of what they were selling in the first place. Don't send it back to them, but get a fucking refund from them and go buy some better masks. And then what you can do, this is what we're going to do, is we're going to get the money that we got back from the refund, and we're going to go buy masks that we feel we can actually trust from a reputable reseller, not Preferred Pharmacy Plus. And we will use the masks, the ones that we don't know whether we can trust or not, as visitor masks for people who come to the home and don't bring anything and don't know and that kind of thing. Because we're poor, we wouldn't use the mask at all if we had a, living wage income kind of thing in this household, but we don't. So we're going to use the masks as visitor masks, and, we will be using them in conjunction with HEPA air filtration units that we've got, and opening windows and blowing fans away from, and that kind of stuff. We know how to make this work. We've gone 4 years now, right? 4 years without either of us getting COVID as far as we know. So we do know how to make this system work. But those are the things that you need to know, and if anybody tries to hand you a fucking bag o' masks as a way of fulfilling your order for actual carton of masks, do not accept it. Do not, decide to say, oh, well, maybe they're just trying to save a little money on shipping, the environment. If they are actually, saying, well, we do that for the environmental impact so we don't have to waste the packaging. If they're saying that, then that means they didn't remove the masks from packaging. That means that the masks came out of a big fucking box. These masks are not for individual resale by 3M. They say on them, not for individual resale, in their little packages. So, they're basically admitting that they're selling you, fakes. If they tell you that, if they say, well, we do it for the environment to reduce waste. Oh. First off, renewable waste, we're talking about cardboard, biodegradable, fully renewable waste. We're talking about paper here. You're concerned about that, and you're just gonna send me a product that maybe is real, maybe it isn't. Okay. But more so, if you're saying that there wasn't any waste, that you didn't just throw the shit out yourself or recycle it yourself, then you're admitting that you ordered a fucking crate of fake masks from Taiwan, and that's what you sold me. So just bear all of these things in mind, and be, I'm trying to, as much as the fun that I get out of it, and that I hope that you're having, is that I'm ranting and pissing and whining and moaning. But at the end of the day, I also want to make sure that people know this stuff, because as much as all of these topics are part of a constant conversation that's going on in the communities around chronic illness and disease, and, because we'll die if we catch this shit, as much as we're still talking about COVID, as much as we still care that there are people, with long COVID in their beds, unable to communicate for the past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years kind of thing, as much as we still give a shit, mainstream media doesn't give a shit. Your president doesn't give a shit. Your leaders don't seem to give a shit. When's the last time you heard any of them say the words long and COVID next to each other? Their primary interest is making sure that you think COVID is over, and fuck. That you think COVID is over, that we don't need to worry about it anymore, and that you keep coming into work, and that you accept, in-office policies that don't let you take time off, anymore when you get COVID. That you just decide that, there's a bunch of, it's probably okay. We've got vaccines now and stuff. The death numbers are down. The number of people who are ending up permanently bedridden is the same as it was at the beginning, and the number is kind of fucking huge. But what they want you to, continue living your life under is the idea that there's no risk, it doesn't matter, you're vaccinated, let's all just go back to normal. And I hope that by talking about masks and COVID and stuff here, that I'm reaching out to some of the people who have accepted that narrative. Because everybody wants it to be true. You want to be able to not have to, wear a mask in a crowd, go to a fucking theater, go to a fucking concert or something like that, and just be, face out and comfortable and not have to think about it. But, there are millions of people whom you might kill, just you won't have to see that you're the one that killed them is all. They'll be dead from the virus that you passed to someone, that they passed to someone, that they passed to someone. And that's before we even consider the mutation issue of the longer that people refuse to put a mask on and integrate the kind of thoughtful and important air filtration systems that we need in public places that there's a lot of people in regularly. Until we get those systems, every day that goes on that people are just trying to pretend like, it's nothing, we could end up with super COVID at any moment here. At any moment. Fuck bird flu. Bird flu is also a thing out there, but, all we need is another mutation that doesn't give a shit about all your vaccinations anymore. We're talking about a virus that crosses the blood-brain barrier, okay? You should be concerned always about this thing just being out there and being airborne transmissible, sending your fucking kids back to school and shit like it's no big deal. Are you kidding me? You should have been, burning the school down if they... you should have been demanding that they have air filtration systems that change the air once every something per... the standards should have been fucking huge before parents decided to say, I guess we're good. I guess I'll send my kids into the wasteland of child disease. There we go, that one goes. Goodbye, Noah, by the way. So I hope... What are you doing, Colin? I hope that, some of what I'm saying is penetrating to somebody. Is, just because I'm yelling at you, calling you stupid for not knowing. At the end of the day, what I would like to see here is for all of us to be on the same page. I would like to live in a world where it's not an unusual or ridiculous thing to expect healthy people to give a damn about the fates of non-healthy people. I would also like to live in a world where it's not unreasonable to expect rich people to give a damn about the fates of non-rich people. Actually, I would like to live in a world where there's no such thing as a rich person, and in which we're all just comfortable. We're all just living with a reasonable, everybody's fed, everybody's got a roof over their head, air conditioning in the hot summers, warmth in the cold winters. And there's room in there for a little bit of excess for everybody, We don't gotta be fucking monks just because I was. Just because it doesn't matter to me, because I took vows of poverty and shit like that. I'm not expecting that from you. Fuck you. We can have excesses, but our excesses must be reasonable excesses. Oh, God. I can save it. No man should have multiple fucking, come on. Alright, fuck it. Multiple fucking, cruise ships for their own personal use. No man should have $1 billion in their own bank account. No man, or woman, needs a 12,000 square foot personal residence. Alright? You don't need an indoor pool to go matching the outdoor pool. Okay? There is room for extravagances and excesses, and so long as you're making those extravagances and those excesses in a world where the needs of everyone else have been considered and thought of and taken care of first, then okay, let's do it. I'm fine with that. But we do have to get there first, or you're just a bastard. Man, I am just, it still surprises me that, like, 15 minutes is that easy. That a sub 15 is just like a gimme if you're paying attention and not ranting. I mean, I don't mean that for anyone. I mean, for me. I've put in thousands of fucking hours here, but it still surprises me that 14 is just a gettable time. I had 5th rank. 3 years ago, I had 5th rank on the any percent board by virtue of a 17-minute run. Today, I have 4th rank on the any percent board by virtue of a 14-minute, 11-second run. Isn't that crazy? 3 minutes of time drop just from, this new meta, this new technique, pause bouncing. But that's my story for today. It was on the list, the to-do list. It was literally on the to-do list when we started. See that? To-do. It was right there all along. Ha ha ha. I knew I know what I'm going to do when I come in. Not usually, I don't actually. Let's have a live stream break as long as I've brought us to this screen. Let's go ahead and have a long live stream break. I feel like now I've warmed up. I've played the game a lot, I've warmed, and now that I'm done with my primary rant for the day, angry rant, we can, focus in on the game, or we could, be chatty and ignore the game. We could do whatever we want to do, but when we do it, is going to have to be 7 minutes from now, after this live stream break. Pawn not out.
Skinner hat, and me, little kitty, sat across with a velvet jacket, wild orange hair, and dark, dark eyes. I gawked like a 12-year-old smitten. Carla the stripper, straight from LA. You seem cool for a naked chick in a booth. Let's be pals someday. In other words, put some clothes on and call me. I saw you, it was incredible. Slim, relaxed, buying wine at the QFC on a snowy Saturday night. Black pearls, and I swear you were drinking beer. You were the redhead behind the counter there. I'm the one who thought of his chair there. You had your dry cleaning, and I think you're dreamy. I saw you, it was incredible. Mumbled these words at you, unintelligible. Ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma, ma 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma.
Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. I did the I slashed it. We are playing Clustertruck today. There it is. For the any percent, sub 14 is what I'm going for. I'll give myself a 13-minute time. We're at a 14:11 as of right now. And, despite the fact that we had all that good live stream break time, the dumplings that Lady Pawn was preparing were not ready until just now. So she walked them in right before I started back up. I'm currently dipping one into the sauce. And we're going to find out. Well, they're probably hot as hell, actually. I should probably... She did just pull them out, didn't she? So I've dipped it. I've pre-dipped that one. I'm going to set it aside. And we're going to run a bit of the Clustertruck. I've finished my rant for the day, so we have nothing on the schedule except for getting a sub 14-minute and any percent run. The rant is over. We have established that in buying N95 masks, if a seller delivers them to you without the retail packaging, then they are a bad seller. The masks should be presumed counterfeit, and you should demand your money back, and demand that they stop selling them loose like that, because they're not meant to be sold loose like that. One of the many things in this world that says, you know, not for individual resale right on the fucking package. And this is one of the few instances where it actually really matters that they're not for individual resale, you know? Fucking batteries? Who gives a shit? You know? Cigarettes? Oh, you're already getting cancer. What do you care? But, a N95 NIOSH certified mask being used for the prevention of COVID? That kind of matters that they aren't sold individually, because selling them individually removes them of all of the things that you need to know to have faith that it's a real mask and that it's gonna work. And it's not out of its use-by date. Yeah. We made it. We're fine. But like I say, we're done talking about that. I'm just recapping from the previous hour. So what do we want to talk about now? What shall we... I had a dream the other day about sitting in a diner, a little small town diner. Actually, literally in the dream, it was Davisburg. That was the town. And Davisburg, as much as that sounds like imagine, a silly sort of like the name you'd give a small town if you were dreaming one, right? It's actually a place up here in Michigan that I used to work. We have that small town in Michigan. I used to pick up when I was a newspaper delivery guy, when I was the guy who, while you all sleep, the newspaper that was drawn up and to be shipped out at about 10 p.m. the night before, I would say, is when they want the printing presses to be done. By about 10:30, 11, there's somebody on the road, and I used to be them, they used to be I. There's somebody on the road who's driving around in circles, throwing rolled up pieces of paper onto your lawn, at your door, stuffing them into your mailbox and stuff. That was me, and it was a pretty good job. I liked it. I enjoyed driving. Driving's good, fun, especially in Michigan in the winter. There's a lot of fun. If you're good at driving, you've got the right kind of vehicle, then it can be entertaining. Especially when you're on the road in the middle of the night driving on the wrong side of the road. Because if you've never considered it, the people who deliver your newspaper, your mailbox is on one side of the road. You drive on the other side of that road here in America. And so we just drive face first into the direction of traffic all night long. But we're doing it while the rest of you suckers are asleep. So it's kind of cool because you're in a world that, you half remembered what this was. You're in the familiar world, but you're at a time when everybody else is asleep. Like, the world isn't on right now. So you feel very sort of special to be out and up and doing things. And then what are you doing? You're actually like setting up the world for the next day. There's kind of a feeling, there's kind of a feeling of I don't know, specialness, certainly, maybe even power that comes along with delivering the newspaper, because you're literally like the cog that's putting the thing in the place for tomorrow. People are either going to be pissed off because of what they read in the newspaper, or pissed off because of what they read in the newspaper, and ultimately that will be in part because you were there. When everyone else was asleep, you were doing your duty to piss people off. But it was it's a neat job. It's also, you're a contractor, although you're a contractor in that way that you're sort of technically a contractor, aren't you? Like, are you really a contractor? You show up every single day for work at the same time. You pick up a load of things that you deliver to a customer who is not your customer. You did not go out and get that customer. You did not secure that customer's customerage. This is starting to sound like a job, isn't it? Like you're an employee, isn't it? However, in America, in any and every industry where they can maybe sort of claim, and even where they legally can't get away with it, but they've got enough money that no one can sue them, you aren't an employee. If you cannot be considered an employee, you are not considered an employee, because that allows them to... Get me back some lev. That's not how I do that. That allows them to not provide you health care, not have to... Like, They don't want employees. There's a lot of things that if you're an employee, you would technically, because this is a civilized country, you would be entitled to certain rights and treatment and things like that. And because this isn't a civilized country, you don't actually have access to those rights. You just have them in theory, because most of the time you're not an employee in the United States of America. You're a contractor, you're a part-time employee, and that gives you less rights than if you were a full-time employee, which is also why they don't want to change the work week from 40 hours to 32. In fact, it's probably the only reason why they don't want to change that, because no more work gets done. Like, the science is there, it's been established. No one gets more work done in 40 hours than they do in 32 in the course of a week. So why are you holding people there for 32 hours? And it's mainly because 40 hours can be a full work week, and then 32 hours can be sort of part-time, and then they can claim that half their workforce isn't a full-time employee, and so they don't get the rights or the benefits that they would if they were a full-time employee. That's the only reason why we're protecting the 40-hour work week in this country, is to keep you and me and everybody else as a part-time employee instead of a full-time, because then we'd have the rights that our forefathers secured for us. And they don't want that. Did you see my wrist shake there? I think you might have. But it didn't stop me this time, and I came out with the best friggin' time I've ever seen from that level, apparently. Hell yes. So we'll just assume that it actually helped me that time. I want the wrist shake occasionally. But yeah, I did that job as a newspaper guy in Davisburg. And the dream that I had was just sitting in like a diner, a little small town diner, that doesn't exist in Davisburg as far as I know. At least what I was seeing, what I had in the dream, I don't know that it's anywhere in Davisburg. But yeah, I was in a diner and I was just listening to the locals chat about, the locals, about whatever was going on around there lately. I'd never hit this bad. I would have reset if I knew I'd hit it this bad. What's going on with my PTBs? My pause bounces. Don't forget the temp agencies that hire for these companies then take money from your checks, and you're classified differently than an actual employee. Ah, yes. You don't actually work here. You work for that company that we employ to get people to work here. But that doesn't mean that you work here. Yeah, and that's the same trick that they pull in, Southeast Asia, when it comes to the slave labor forces that they employ. At the end of the day, they don't really work for us. We employ a third-party contractor who secures the people for us, and we didn't know that they had employed a staff of exclusively 14-year-old girls to sew the labels into the back of our clothing. Yeah. That's it. That's the ticket. You believe that one? Huh? I got some nice watches under this coat here. Real Rolexes too. Sure. Yeah. What else you need? Huh? I got some used condoms. I cleaned them out earlier. The real Trojans. Where did that come? I don't know. Where does anything come from? Yeah, so basically, America, that pretty much says it all for America, isn't it? It kind of describes our situation of everything. We have rights as workers in this country because we're a civilized nation. But in practice, no one is a worker in this country, and so they don't have any rights. That's basically, that's the long and short of the whole fucking country. I think I just described 400 years of history in one sentence there. That's everything. That's how we roll in the Unit des Staats. Can I get this right? You didn't. It's way too slow, but I think it can still work out. 1, 2, get low. 3, 4. Maybe got low. Shit. Low. Oh, I fucked it up. Damn it. Alright, well then we're gonna do it the dangerous way. Get low. Cross like this. Maybe I should just be doing it the dangerous way, because I'm better at it. Huh? Better at the dangerous way than the safe way these days. Theoretically saves 3 seconds or something. 2-3 seconds. There's a really good throw there. Okay, all skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. We got it. With all of our skill. The skill did that. It was my skill. Did you see my skill there? Ah, oh, what skill? I think I'm gonna have to land this one. Nope. Yep. Go under. Need to get down. This doesn't go. I knew it from the moment that I got the hit. Okay, now I might be able to make this work because there's a low roof right here. Yep. All right, and we got a good hit off of 8-8. Just gotta work my lev right. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Wow, everything is just almost death here. The end of World 8. That was a good World 8. That's the kind of World 8 that I want to see after all that practice we put into World 8. I'd like 8-7 to come in a lot quicker, but I don't think we lost time by it anyway. Fuck! No! Every fucking truck just kept sliding in the direction that I wasn't. I was like, I'll hit this one then. Nope. Okay, I'll hit this one then. Nope. I can't hit this one. I'll hit this one. Nope. Fuck, man. I think the people who do the PTB off of the pillar up there really need to look at the way that I do 9.6 or 9.5. I think I might have you beat. And I'm not struggling for it at all. I'm not working at all for that thing. It's just free for me. And I see you guys doing the pause bounce into the turnaround PTB, and I just put in a fucking 9-second clear, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know what number it is you're looking for. Maybe 9 seconds isn't good enough. But god damn it, it seems like the struggle is real for y'all in a way that it isn't real for me. And I'm getting good times too. Yeah, it had to be one or the other. I either had to slam to a halt or use all of my lev, and either way, it wouldn't have been ideal. This was a very good run. Very good run. 14.5-minute run, and I get to celebrate what I did by reading chat and dipping and trying these dumplings. 100% what happens, see it all the time, and when that employee messes up, they can just fire them without cause at a no-fault state because they went through a third-party fucking, you don't actually work for us, you work for them, so we're going to tell them that we don't want you coming around anymore, which results in you being fired, but we didn't actually fire you because we never hired you. Yeah, America. Ah, what a fucking civilized nation. We don't hire through our official website because we aren't hiring. Temp hiring agency. We are looking for 200 people to work for $10 to $20 less than what the real company pays. That's the nation we've got. And the question to ask is, how have we gotten there? Because we do have all these laws that say you can't do that. We have laws that say you cannot do that. You're not allowed to do that. We recognized at some point as a nation that was wrong. That's not how we want it. We are the workers. They are the fucking elites. We need to, use our power collectively to hold their hand and say no. To chain them to a set of fucking moral standards that they will not use if we don't hold them to. We knew that. We wrote a law, and then we let the same fucking lying, cheating sons of bitches who we made the laws to stop come back to us and convince us that technically, if they don't work for me, did we fall for that? And of course the answer is, as individuals, no, we didn't fall for that, but through your elected representatives, they, who don't work for you, they work for the corporations, you fell for that, They came back, and so now we live in a country where technically we have laws that would make for a civilized nation, but they're unenforceable. It's nonsense. So we don't have a civilized nation, and I'm moving to Finland. That's where that ends. Like, it's clear the intent of the law. There's no reason for these laws to exist if you can just bypass them. The intent of the law is absolute and fucking certain, in that the people of the United States of America, through their representatives, enacted laws in order to protect the rights and interests of the worker, and then the giant corporate billionaires have managed to somehow convince our judicial system that we didn't actually mean for it to work. This is why I don't actually, support democracy anymore. One of the many reasons that I'm over the concept of democracy. It doesn't work. You cannot, in a democracy, restrain the corporate evils enough to actually maintain the people's authority over their government. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not strong on that. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of democracy anymore. I'm not completely committed to beneficent dictatorship. I think that would be the best, but it's hard to get. And then once the one guy who you got, who's sitting at the top of everything, dies off, who was a good guy and who took care of everybody and who tried to make things right, once that guy's gone, well, now it's just time for all of the usurpers to come and pick at the corpse. So I don't know. I just know that I can say this with absolute 1000% certainty. Presidential democracy is an untenable system of government that will always decay into shit, into unrepresentative shit that no longer is of, by, or for the people. A presidential democracy will never function in the long term. I'm willing to stake my fucking everything to that. Can't set up a system of government that's meant to replace kings and queens, a democracy of the people, and then decide to have a king at the top of it. It's fucking retarded. It's fucking retarded. And everywhere in the world where there are presidential democracies, that democracy is on the verge of or has already succumbed to dictatorship. Fascist dictatorship in particular. Because that's what it's about. That's what you've done. You have left a situation where one man has an incredible amount of power, even if just in the minds of the public, even if your governance is not built around it. The reason why maybe you could argue that Great Britain functions, even though it still has a monarchy in place, is because 99.9% of the populace of England does not give a shit about the royals as anything other than, tabloid fodder. Their opinions mean nothing. Their rule, they have no rule. The parliament rules. They own a lot of property, and they're basically the, well, who is it now? Because I would say 10 years ago, they were the fat-ass rich women who married the O.J. Simpson. Why can't I remember the Kardashians? England's royals are the fucking Kardashians, is all they really are. And so they're able to have a monarchy in place because it in no way influences their government, really. Like, it doesn't, in the hearts of the people, they don't matter politically. But in fact, they might have insulated themselves from what happens in presidential democracy, because in presidential democracy, you are making a king more than kings exist today, right? More than kings really exist anymore in the rest of the world. In presidential democracy, you are making a king because the king, the one person who you elect, the president of everything, even if you've got separations of powers in theory and stuff like that, you've got one person who you're sitting at the top of all of it. And they are a political figure. They are the political figure. They are the face of foreign policy. They are king. They are functionally as king as you are going to king. And in our system, they have veto authority over our version of a parliament, which can never come to an agreement because we've got two parliaments, and one is full of, rich trust fund babies. I mean, both are kind of full of trust fund babies, but at least the House of Representatives has some claim to local representation from people who weren't born into, they weren't just, their families don't grow out of ye olde England's bishops and dukes and shit like that, which is what our Congress is, our Senate rather. America's Senate is it's just the maintenance of power from old rich families. 100 guys get veto authority over pretty much everything. 100 people. And they are exclusively picked and handpicked and coiffed by these two old, useless, meaningless, dead, status quo maintaining, or country destroying, depending on which way you look at it, which side you're on. You're either maintaining the status quo or you're ripping the country down so corporations can come and eat our fucking souls. That's what the Congress, or what the Senate is. And the House of Representatives, the local election scale on which that happens actually allows for there to be some genuine people slipping through, which is why the House of Representatives is never allowed to do anything. The House of Representatives, if we had just the House of Representatives, no Senate right now, we would probably have universal national social health care. Because 80% of the fucking country wants that. So why don't we have it? Well, the House would support it, but the Senate is full of all the rich people. And they've decided for us that we won't have the things we want. They come on Fox News and tell the American people that the thing that they already want and would already vote for is a quote-unquote non-starter. And so the question is, we've already got a majority consensus about this thing. We've already got a majority consensus on gun laws, too. Like, there's a certain, if you shape the questions, like, carefully, you can get a strong 70-80% majority consensus on licensing gun owners. Like, maybe not saying that you can't have this gun or that gun, but at the very least, almost all of us, including the gun owners, agree that gun owners should be licensed. And in that process, they should have to show that they can handle guns safely, they can store guns safely, and that they are mentally sound generally. They should leave the impression that they aren't going to go marching into a Walmart in the black side of town and open fire on everybody who's not white. Pretty much everyone agrees that that would be a reasonable thing to do, but again, we are told that it's a non-starter, and so the question is, like, with whom? Because it's actually an already finished-er in terms of what the American people have said that they want and that they would support. So when you say non-starter, you're sort of giving the game away. It's a non-starter with your corporate masters. It's a non-starter with the JP Morgan crew. It's a non-starter with Wall Street. It won't start with the people who decide what your life is actually going to be. That's where it doesn't start. Because on Main Street America, if it existed, it doesn't anymore thanks to Walmart. On Main Street America, all of these issues have already been decided. All of these issues are just settled. Yes, some gun licensure. Yes, we will have that. System of health care that doesn't mean you have to die from curable disease if... Holy, what the hell happened there? If you're, poor. Yes, we will have one of those. We've already ordered from the menu. It's just not coming because the chef won't fucking give it to us. And the chef is Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. It's your, it's your Wall Street powers, your giant corporate CEOs, it's your billionaires. It's the people who actually employ... It's the people who employ the elected representatives that you think work for you. Damn it. I saw that happen to Sarah recently in one of the videos. I think it was Sarah. It would have been if I was doing it. Sarah's still got 20-some runs sitting in our system. I think, waiting for somebody to come along and verify it. But I think I saw Sarah, actually just jump onto the pause button before walking in to one of them. I'm like, how do you do that? That's some neurological stuff that happens to me, and it hasn't happened to me. And then I just did it, and I realize now that it's really just a matter of, the key is to the right or to the left, and you hit the one on the right instead of the one on the left. Except the royals are socially acceptable inbreeds. Yeah, they're in their place. Kim and Kay can't have sex with their family and have children and get away with it. The royalty can for some reason. Yeah, there's different standards. That's interesting. I like that. It suggests that the Kardashians are more civilized than England's royal family. Or at least held to a lower standard. And I guess that maybe that's actually a measurement of the society as well, is that it's just a further evidence of what's going on and why, systems of government and of judiciary seem to work a fair bit better in England and in Europe in general, is that the royal family is socially acceptable inbreeds because that's how little that they actually care. That's how little that these people matter. They are just there as the freak show, the geek at the carnival, That's all they're there for. Whereas in America, the Kardashians can't get away with as much as the royals do because in Americans' mind, the Kardashians are royalty. They're not just a freak show. Whereas the royalty, you get what I'm doing. Yeah, I almost made that work. I like the idea that Americans conflate pop culture with, reality to the point where it matters whether or not these ridiculous sideshow freak people who fill our tabloids are too ridiculous or too sideshow freak people. And then when you go to more civilized nations, it's like, no, of course we don't care. We like to make fun of them. They're sideshow freak people. They're there for us to make fun of. Why would we care? Let them fuck each other. Let them grow giant fucking facial cancers from having been inbred for, like, that's what they're there for. That's the only reason we kept them around. That's why we think we're better than the French. The French got rid of them. And we think we're better than the French because we knew to keep them around, they're worth laughing at. Chop their head. You only get to chop their heads off once if you just get rid of them. We get to chop their heads off every day in the Daily Mail, or I don't know what the fucking papers are over there. The Star. I really like that take. It's not true, I don't think, but I really like that as a perspective. The idea that Britain just keeps the royals around, you know, just to torture them a little bit more. But it's their way of taking Marie Antoinette out back. It's just crueler, actually. Yeah, it reminds me. It makes me think I was just telling Lady Pawn about the Venture brothers. In the later seasons, one of the things that the Monarch does to Dr. Venture. Monarch actually gets Dr. Venture, like, fully kidnapped and taken back to his lair and going to torture him and all that kind of a thing. Fuck you. This sucks too. Oh, fuck it. You know, you're watching, and sadly, like, all of the, like, finally, the Monarch has Dr. Venture in his clutches, completely and fully subjugated to his will, but all of the tortures that he wants to do are just not working out, you know, it's not actually a torture. He thought it would be a torture, but it's not a torture, and I think he puts him in, like, a giant bell, just a great big old bell, and rings it. And he's like, you know, the vibration of the bell will cause your bones to shatter. And he's like, what? And that's all that it is just being, like, kind of tinnitus for an afternoon. Everything's going wrong, and the torture just isn't happening correctly. And finally the Monarch says, whatever. You know, I'm not into it anymore. You can just take your stuff and go. Dr. Venture's like, what? Yeah, just knock some things over as you go so that I could tell the wife you escaped as opposed to I let you go. He's like, what? I thought, you know, yeah, well, you're just not who you used to be, right? The Monarch is saying this to Dr. Venture. You're just not the guy, right? Like, why should I care about you? I feel like I've been pretending to care about you for years. You're not the Dr. Venture I started arching way back in the day. You're a loser, that kind of thing. And so Dr. Venture goes moping out of the room, and then we cut to, like, a completely different scene. And then finally, the Monarch's wife, who is the Monarch's wife or something by that point, used to be Dr. Girlfriend, and now she's Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. God damn it, that's happening to me way too much. Just hit the fucking thing right so you don't gotta drop trucks. She finally comes home, and she sees the things knocked over, and she's like, oh no, did Dr. Venture escape? And he's like, no, I let him go. She's like, why did you let him go? You've been chasing him all these years. And he reveals that it was all part of his plan, that, you know, sure, you could torture a man and give him pain for a day, but, you know, you could reject a man and give him pain for a lifetime. And he just, you know, breaks into a beautiful evil laugh kind of thing where he's totally in, you know, it was absolutely always his plan, and he's completely in his element. And I just, like, that comes to mind because we're talking about how the idea that the Brits leave the royals around so that they can laugh at them, and it's their way of actually being crueler than the French were when they merely cut their heads off. You can only cut their heads off once, but you can make fun of them in the tabloids every fucking day. Their children and their children's children and their children. How was that gold? Piers Morgan gonna come for you, Ronan Pawn, like the boogeyman for talking about the royal family like this. Is that a thing? Is Piers Morgan a royal defender? I don't know. You know, being American, have even more reasons not to give a shit about the fucking royal family. So I don't know nothing about nothing. But let me go ahead and guess, okay? I'm gonna take a weird, strange guess. Has Piers Morgan been knighted by the Queen? Did that ever happen? Because, you know, you'll probably come running to defend the royals after they've given you a special title a lot faster. Piers Morgan didn't give a fucking shit about the royals, and then they decided to knight him. All of a sudden, he was real pissed when you say something about him. Ah. It was just instantaneous. No chance for life. Definitely gotta, like, pick up this time here. I gotta pay attention and, try to get this stuff first try, and I'm gonna go for 4 or 5, because that'll pull back a bunch of time for us, especially if we get it first try. If we get it second try, still gonna pull up. Third try would pull back a bunch of time for us. We just gotta get it third try, that's all. I don't know if it pulled back any time for us in the third try. Did it? Yeah, a second. You saved a second. Cool. Come on. With this. Which it is standout. And you're not respecting that I absolutely hit the reset button as we were entering the level. That was the most elegant 410 that I've done in an age. I did everything just perfectly. I even, like, feathered the space bar in order to do, like, a soft landing, which tends to be faster. That's the way you want to do 410, and I just haven't bothered in a while, because if you do it right, like perfectly right, you maybe save a 1/10 of a second, maybe 2. It's like the amount of effort that you have to put in for that 2/10 of a second. I clicked it. Doesn't add up. Ah. 2 attempts, and then this one's like this. Could have run the level for a 6-8. This isn't that great. I'm going to bring it under instead of around. Whoa! Pull it back! It's good speed, anyway. Ah, first try 6-1. Love a first try 6-1. The angle wasn't great, but it's first try. Boy, that was just nothing, wasn't it? Need to hit some of these. The second attempt was better. That was probably a good one. Probably saved me a decent amount of time on that. Okay, nice 6-9. And an excellent 6-10 for a gold. I really focused on that one to make that gold happen. Stayed off the space bar entirely after I had it moving. Yeah, so good 7-3. This is a 2-lever. 1, 2. Yeah. Not a great 7-4 though. I'm glad that it just went though, because that could have been nothing. It could have been dead, thrown into the side of the wall the way that I hit the edge there. Yeah, that feels a lot more natural than it did at the beginning. Whatever it was that I used to do, I'm doing it again. Good. Uh-oh. So apparently I am doing the dangerous one, because the safe one hasn't been working for me at all today. Okay, that didn't work either, but there's a backup. Whereas with the quote-unquote safe one, there's kind of no backup. All skill, no luck, everybody. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. Oh, God. That was all skill. Every ounce of that was skill. Huh. I didn't just have to commit to something that probably really should have killed me. That was skill. Ugh. Have you all seen my skill? Fucking stop it. This method doesn't do that. And here we go. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Yes. Definitely not. And now we're like stuck to it. We're committed. I can't not do it now. I now know what I need to do though. See, it's so... You forget it. There's so many little futzy... Wait. So many little futzy bits to it that I can't fucking come into it and do it and remember it constantly the whole goddamn time. Across an entire fucking run. I can't do that. I just can't. To the left just a touch. Start pulling back to the right. Okay. Good start for 9-1. Don't need any trucks. And And we're single-digit red. That's nice. It's nice to see. I think it's the first time today that we came in here single-digit red. And triple tap for luck. That's why I did that. For luck. Really good 9-4. It's just going straight to goal. Stop that. 9-5 straight in. Not the fastest one I can get, but a good one. Oh, that looked good. Okay. It's usable. Boy, I don't know if it is. I think I gotta touch a truck. We're real close to PB here. We come down to 9-9, I think. We got a good start for 9-9. Okay. It's gotta go one way or the other. Either we slow down like that, or another way. I got a little PB out of that. That's all I was going for. I knew there wasn't a lot of time to be saved, but I knew that we were within PB striking distance. Piers Morgan would lose his mind if he heard what I was saying. Piers Morgan has a tiny dick. Have you seen it? Oh my god. I mean, as long as I've already got him pissed off, what the fuck, you know, take another couple of swings, who cares? So that's a little grab, a PB. Saved 9 seconds in World 9. I really wish it wouldn't reset like that. No, in the next version, Noah's promised it won't. But just to look at our splits here, I was 1 minute 39 seconds for Steampunk. That's not bad. It's not great. The only reason why it wasn't great was 7-8. No, 7-7-7. 8-7. Which I now know is just this. It's just that. That. It's just that. But that's just one of the ways that you can hit it, Pawn, and that's kind of the problem. Sometimes that isn't working, and you gotta try one of the other ways. But it sure seems to be, you know, working. No, that's not high enough. That's not high enough. That's high enough. But here's that problem. That one goes. That didn't go. Boy, that looked like it would go. This one's really close. Yeah. Some of them are close, and some of them are just not. It's not a problem. I think it might have been that I was, I think I was going faster. Like, my last setup for this was actually rushing it a bit, and that was helping. Maybe that's what I've lost since the last time I was practicing this, because I started, like, going for a sub 7, and that means getting it off fast, right? You gotta get it off early. And while I was doing that, I found a fast throw that works. I don't think this goes. Yeah, it didn't look like it. This goes. The fucking shake in the wrist, though, is just killing me. You know, it's psychologically destructive is the main problem. Like, forget about the physical thing that it's actually happening. It's so grueling to have to stare at your own body doing something while you're in the middle of like a fucking competitive physical activity, and I have to stare my own body in the face as it's like, I don't think I'm working for you today. No, it doesn't go. Fucking shake. That shimmy. I hate it. I think that might be my spot. A little higher. Right there. It didn't go. That didn't go. That didn't go. Trying some different timings to see if anything like works really good. That sure worked really good. Sub 7. The fastest I've ever done it. Because that's sub 7 by the upgraded. Oh no, that's right, because we've done some fun things using multiple abilities at once for that. So far, the most consistent one has me throwing at the windowsill, at the actual windowsill, not below it, but at it. That was a little bit below it. And then it's just so weird because you're actually getting the lift from the kick of the truck as it spawns in. And it's hard to trust that. And so you want to throw below you so that the angle seems right in your head. That's me. That's how I feel about it. There we go. No? There it is. Also, is it better if I wait or if I go early? Because none of these are going. You can tell that I don't have it without having to turn around and look at it. There. That has it. The goal cube does not extend all the way across the road if you slide between the pillars there. Alright, I think I know exactly where I want to throw it anyway when we come in. And is it going to work for me? Is, you know, the game gets to be involved in that decision. But that's exactly the spot where I want to throw it, at the window, with about that timing. Okay, let's carry on. You can see how, like, easy, this sub 14 is, though. Like, it's just there in my run. And I'm not trying to say it's easy to get but I've got it, is what I'm saying. It's just right there. It's a matter of not taking a few more of the stupid deaths that I take. That's basically it. Reduce a few stupid deaths, and we're in. I think I have pretty strong 14, like mid-14, like 1430 potential. And without integrating too many, you know, unsafe strats or anything like that. You know, like I'm still not bothering with the 1.6. Even though I just fucked up the safe version of the 1.6, I'm still not bothering with it. I don't want that little bit of inconsistency right at the beginning of the run where it has that kind of impact on morale. Cool. Okay, but if that happens, then I take it, because there's no fast way to put it in other than that once you've gotten the accidental double jump. Accidental. Yeah, baby. That's a monster. Look at that. If I wouldn't have been stuck in the pause menu as long as I was, it would have been even more of a monster. I'm curious to know how fast that was. It was another 101. Okay. Fuck. Always looking to see if I get another sub-minute desert without really trying for it. No Lav 2-4. Mid 2-5. Very mid. Uh-oh. Could have been gold, that's why I didn't just reset it. If I managed to find my way through there, it would have been the most bullet-like path I've ever taken through there. And this is awful. But it's in. Now, got a lot of trouble setting that one up. Whoa. Kind of surprised me. And you can go ahead and take that from all the way back here if you want to. No matter whether you go to the front truck or not. You should have seen the face that I made coming into that level. If I had a webcam on, it would have told you what I was about to do. I was like, fucking... That was the human equivalent of the colon with the W cat ears, or colon 3 or whatever for the cat face smile. Face that I just made. I'm gonna do it. Feel myself think, I'm gonna do it. Check this out. Click the button. Yeah. I was stuck in the menu so long that I was just like holding all of the buttons down because I had expected to already be moving. I come into the level and I started running forward instead of back. Yeah, give me that big one. That big all the way guy. And the one that comes back down so that I could run. I actually don't want to go too fast here. Slow down a little bit. So if I go too fast, I'll end up having to drop a truck. And dropping a truck is always like more dangerous than not dropping a truck. And I'm not gonna play with this. We might lose a little time because I think I got it in the last round. But I think I got it after like 3 attempts, which is why I'm not going to play with it. Nope. Alright. I'm up. You know why that happened? I was in the middle of saying I'm a no-ability speedrunner. I can get through here without any of this shit. So I don't need it. And the game was like, oh really? I can read your mind. I know what you're about to claim. Let me show you otherwise. Not as good as it could have been, but fine. Okay. It's weird. A little kind of stuttery on the keys there. Ow. Yeah, my left hand's a little bit... You can feel that sort of pain that goes down the middle of your middle finger bone on the left. So this is probably the last run of the day. If we weren't in the middle of a run, I'd put on my compression gloves. But they are in the middle of a run. I was trying to run off the top of it. Really for swag more than anything. And for the sake of swag, I am going red in my splits. That was not a good one. This was monstrous. Super fast. Nice. Not a great one, so we're going under. And this sucks too. No. Alright, viable anyway. It'll come down eventually. And I don't want to have to come back down from this cloud. Yeah. It's definitely, I've just spent a little bit too much hand juice today. I don't think I've got it in me. If I'm going to PB this run, it's going to have to be on, you know, method, and being careful and not taking deaths, because the hand is not giving me any natural skill right now. Or trained skill. It's just barely holding it together. I'm just trying to keep, like, holding the forward buttons. Uh-oh. I'm going to keep holding the forward buttons while I'm facing down there, and I'm not sure what would be best. Yeah, come on, hang in there, hand. You can do it. See? You can do it. Okay. So I'm not going to get the 10-point something out of here. Or even the 11-point something out of there. 1, 2. Oh, god damn it. There's no need to fucking risk it for that shit. It's the difference between losing a quarter of a second because you hit Lev one more time, or losing fucking 10 seconds because you were 10 seconds into the level when you decided to be a fucking prick about not wanting to Lev the extra time if you didn't need to. Remember when you just said the hand isn't working, so you'll have to make good decisions if you're gonna PB? Remember that? Fucking 30, 40 seconds ago? Fucking moron! Fuck. Yeah, cool. Just death by 1,000 fucking cuts here. Going for the fast version. Because the slow version seems to be harder for me to pull off. For some reason. Gotten good at this version, and then the other one, I don't know. Doesn't quite work. Stop. It's the hand. I'm blaming you, hand. I'm blaming you. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. And we did get the skill and or luck. Nice 8-1. Straight lev to the end, no. Nope. Yep. Nope. Nope. I need you to stop hitting the spacebar once you get out here, Pawn. You're just lifting yourself into the dirigible. I got to say it again. You can still pull everything back on 8-7. Or is it 8-6? I think it's 8-7. Nope. Nope. That's it. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. This is like a 16-second clear or something. As long as I don't slam into anything and die. Yep. No! Okay, don't give it up on this level by rushing it in a way that you don't need to. You pulled something back. Let's keep trending. Fuck. Whoa! Okay. Never gone that side of the big rock. Don't know that I can come back from that side of the big rock. I can, I did. I don't think I usually reset coming into 9-2, and I did there, and it just didn't fucking register. So hell is against me getting a PB here, and we're done. Pretty sure that just locks it in. I think there was enough time here for me to pull something back until all first three of the levels decided to sort of fuck with me. This one has to land. Uh-oh. Needs to keep the speed too if I'm going to do it the way that I like to do it. Nope. Not at all what I want to be doing. Watch the best 9-7 ever. This is the... Yeah, that's the weird shit that we were getting that I stopped doing 9-7 this way for a minute because of. Didn't like it. I think that's better. Nice, big, beautiful bean footage. There we go. I was able to slow it down enough that I could see it and, you know, read it and use it. Now, just so you know... Fuck, alright. No? Oh, fuck. The game literally shook me while I threw on the fucking frame that I threw the goddamn truck. Not that it matters or anything, it's just fucking frustrating as shit. on the frame that I had it locked in on that fucking moment, and then Satan howled and shook the fucking screen just enough to move it. Anyway, that does have to be the last run of the day. We did take a new PB today. Saved 2 seconds over the last run. That tends to be how I bring my times down. Is 2 seconds at a time, 8 seconds at a time, 9 seconds at a time. But the progress in World 8 is definitely there. And I feel like I keep running with 8.7 built in, and it's going to come around. Like, it's already come around. I already feel a lot better about it today. I feel like it's going to finally, at some point, it's going to sink in and click in a way where I don't have to think about it and remember it from scratch again, like I kind of have to do every single goddamn time. But anyway, thanks for coming out with me. Nice to see you, VOD watchers. And I will be back here this Sunday with day 3 of our Minecraft hardcore seed, which be honest with you, I'm way more excited about doing those streams than I am Clustertruck right now. Sarah Sarastes on the leaderboard. Sarah, rocketing by into sub-13 territory and deep into sub-13 territory all at once. I've got 4th rank. There's a long way to 3rd now if I wanted 3rd, kind of a thing. So there's not a lot of motivation for taking ranks. I've definitely still got motivation in the tanks because we are not yet sub-14. Once we are sub-14, that's going to be hard to get up in the morning in relation to Clustertruck. Anyway, so yeah, I'm way more excited about the Minecraft stuff because, yeah, it's really fun. I love sitting in here for like 7 hours with you guys and chatting and looking up at the end of the day and going, oh my god, look at all the progress we made. And not dying in Minecraft hardcore, which is not easy to do, necessarily. I am the Ronin Paul. Yeah, so join me here Sunday, around about 2 p.m., maybe 2 to 3. I was saying 1 to 2 before, now I'm saying 2 to 3, because I've been showing up to these live streams an hour late. I'm never late, it's just we hadn't figured out when the time was supposed to be. Now we figured it out, between 2 and 3 p.m. And then I'll be here at 3:15. But yeah, I'll be back Sunday, and then next Thursday, for more Clustertruck. I'm definitely not giving up on this until we've gone sub-14. The only problem is, I could very well do that off-stream. So, and I'm not going to stop myself from doing it off-stream. So, yeah, we'll see where that ends up. And I'll see you back here on another day. Pawn should look for some raiders. Jeffrey was actually streaming earlier. And instead of just outing here, let me go see if I can't find somebody to raid. Jeffrey started just a little bit before I did, so probably wrapped it up. Or Jeff Rowe, if you want to say that. There is a woman named Ego Demon who, the shot that it just pulled up, is of a pink-haired lady undoing her bra from the front. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's just a still shot there of, I don't know, they've only got 15 viewers. I don't really want to necessarily send somebody to somebody's stream because they're flashing tits. Who have we got, though? See, it's like, is anybody playing something that I would be, like, interested in watching? That's what we're looking for here. Screw you guys, what you might want to watch. What do I want to watch? What do I want to end on so that I can keep watching? Did I just see somebody playing Outer Wilds? That's a neat game. I cannot vouch for any of these people, and nobody's playing anything that I really want to, and this is why I frequently just don't even bother with raiding. It's another reason. Like, there's so many reasons not to fucking So we're not going to rate anybody. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Pulling out.